and become a virtual reality, ancient astronaut theorists have begun to openly suggest that there could be something deep within our subconscious that drives our collective desire with non-biological beings.
I understand that the sex robot industry is expected to grow to a $50 billion a year industry by 2020 if we are going into the revelation that on Earth there have been waves and waves of intelligence. It doesn't necessarily have to be like Homo sapien humanoid consciousness throughout this universe. Could be cyborgs and artificial intelligence. And if this is true, nature to everything that's happening.
How far will today's scientists go in their efforts to create the perfect cybernetic sex partner? There are many who believe that the goal isn't driven so much by a desire by humans to mate with robots as it is by the desire to be one of them. And they believe that goal has already been realized and that the truth is all around us, right before our eyes. Today, at research facilities around the world, patients learn to control a prosthetic limb using nothing more than the power of thought. An array of electrodes the size of a credit card is implanted directly into the patient's brain, then wired to the prosthetic. Without any prior training, most patients are able to seamlessly control a new limb in a matter of a few hours.
Your body does not have to be limited to the human body. Whatever you want can be your body in the future. I had a tip with 100 electrodes fired into my nervous system, and it connected my nervous system to a robot hand. And one of the experiments that we were doing was in New York, in the Columbia University, with my nervous system plugged into the internet and the robot hand here in England, in Reading. So as I opened and closed my hand in New York, the robot hand in England opened and closed. So it had extended my nervous system across the internet.
Although computers can still easily outperform humans at most tasks, they pale when compared to the complexity and sophistication of the central nervous system. In 2013, the Japanese technology company Fujitsu tried to simulate a network of neurons in the brain using one of the most powerful supercomputers on the planet. Although it was equipped with 83,000 of the fastest computer processors available, it took over 40 minutes to simulate just 1 second of 1% of a human brain's activity.
50 years ago, we made a huge mistake thinking that the brain was a digital computer. But it's not. The brain is a learning machine. It rewires itself after learning every task. Babies have the ability to learn from their mistakes. They simply bump into things and learn the rules of the world by interacting with the world. And so that's what we need. We need a computer that can do that. Quantum computers may eventually fill that gap.
Unlike today's computers that rely on bits, a binary series of zeros and ones for data and processing, quantum computers use quantum bits, or qubits, which can use zeros and ones at the same time. This allows them to perform millions of calculations simultaneously, much in the same way as does the human brain.
Robots, we forget, are machines. They don't really think. They don't have silicon consciousness. They're not aware of who they are and their surroundings. But, let's face it, it's only a matter of time before they do get some sort of self-awareness.
Self-awareness? Is it really possible that machines will become sentient entities, fully conscious of themselves and their surroundings?
Envision a time in the future when robots will be as smart as a mouse, then a rat, then a rabbit, a cat, a dog, and finally as smart as a monkey. Robots do not know they are robots. I think that perhaps by the end of this century, robots will begin to realize, hey, I'm different. I'm different from my master.
As humans, we have evolved very little since the time of the Egyptians.
In the ancient Egyptian, the word technology comes from the word tech, and the word means two things. It means to hide or to conceal, and it means to replicate. So if you can hide something and you can replicate, you had the keys of power. There's a theory that it was advanced extraterrestrial civilizations that may have seeded life on this planet, and in the process left a signature in our very genome, sort of mathematical signature, and essentially turned us into cyborgs, integrating man and machine. Is that why today, in the 21st century, we're doing the exact same thing?
San Francisco, California, March 27th, 2017. Billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk, one of the driving forces behind the Tesla automobile and SpaceX, announces his next venture, Neuralink. The company is focused exclusively on merging humans with electronics by creating what Musk refers to as a neural lace, a device that would be injected into the jugular vein from where it would travel to the brain and unfold into a mesh of electric connections that connect directly to human neurons.
The idea is to develop improved brain-computer interfaces to increase the bandwidth with which the biological brain can interact and communicate with computers, external computers.
The neural lace will be down at the almost to the neuron level in the brain. It will be a mesh that will join and link right into brain matter. And then you will be connected to a computer. And you are essentially a cyborg.
A cyborg? A biological blending of both man and machine? The stuff of science fiction dreams and nightmares?
Why not merge with computers rather than compete with them? Because in some sense, it's a losing game. Nothing's going to prevent them from becoming smarter and smarter, and eventually they'll be able to plan and create robots of their own. Why not take advantage of their superhuman capabilities?
Although Elon Musk has been a prominent voice in warning about the dangers of artificial intelligence advancing beyond our ability to control it, he believes that if developed correctly, humans could harness the power of advanced computer technology to truly become superhuman. But while Neuralink technology is still in an embryonic stage, there are many who insist that the merging of man and machine is not just a remote possibility. As far as they're concerned, it has been happening in one form or another for decades. In 2002, Professor Kevin Warren took his own neural implants beyond simply controlling a prosthetic hand to connecting directly with another human being.
What I had was a set of electrodes, 100 electrodes, which is called a brain gate. It's an array of 100 electrodes fired into my nervous system to link my nervous system with the computer.
by simply imagining anything we want to find.
We are headed for a new form of immortality, digital immortality. If you digitize our consciousness, digitize everything known about us, then perhaps the soul is information. In which case, the soul and information could be separate from the body. And even when the body dies, your essence, your soul, your memory lives on forever.
Are human beings really on the verge of replacing their bodies and minds, piece by piece, as they transition into becoming machines? Some ancient astronaut theorists suggest that this is, in fact, not an evolution based on choice, but on destiny, and that the evidence can be found by examining our own DNA. In 1979, Paramount Pictures premiered Star Trek: The Motion Picture, the first in a series of highly successful films based on the popular television series of the 1960s.
Voyager is not transmitting its data, Captain.
The plot concerned the return to Earth of an early NASA space probe, the Voyager 6,